Have you ever said to yourself, something is wrong? Something just feels off. Things are not going right in my life. I feel stuck. I feel as if someone is attacking me spiritually. I feel a presence in my home. I know something is happening, but I just can't figure it out. Hi everyone. I am evethemedium and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel and you're interested in developing your spiritual gifts, I invite you to subscribe below and also click on the notification bell to be notified when any of my new videos are up. Today's video is answering exactly that question. What is going on in my life? Why do I feel stuck? Why is the money coming through one hand and leaving through the other? Our intuition and our spirit guides have ways of letting us know when we are under psychic attack. And it is very important to listen to your intuition, to not ignore it. A lot of people tend to ignore it, thinking this will just pass. Or say it's just a situation. Life is hard on everybody. Things are difficult. Sometimes your spirits give you enough signs for you to listen and for you to not ignore. When you are under psychic attack, you may find yourself at a loss. There are feelings that will arise from an attachment to confuse you, to make you feel as if these things are happening because of an outside situation, of things that are happening in the world. The intention of these spirits is to confuse you. The intention of the psychic attack is to create enough confusion in your mind so that you will not even intend or think of finding help. So if you are experiencing or have been experiencing nightmares, mental confusion, or hearing sounds in your home, it is your own spirits making you aware that something is happening. I know so many of you, after you come to the realization that something is off, that something spiritual is going on in your life, then the question is, where do I go for help? Who do I go to? Where do I begin? These energies have a tendency to create blockage in your life so that you do not find a way out. It also creates doubt so that you will question what you are feeling, so that you will question your thoughts. And this also creates more setback. The longer you wait, the worse it will get. So many people think that psychic attack or negative energy, if you ignore it enough, it will go away. It doesn't. Negative energy, instead of going away, it gets only worse. And what happens is it's spread throughout your home to other family members, and other family members start experiencing the same thing. And that is where you should decide to seek help. In so many of my videos, I'm always advising you guys on cleansing yourself. You do not know how important it is for you to cleanse yourself on a regular basis. It is so important to create a routine, a spiritual hygiene routine, spiritual cleansing routine. I cleanse myself on a daily basis. I do not go to bed without taking a spiritual cleansing bath. And my most simple recommendation, which you guys must know by now, is cascarilla en colonia. But I recommend cascarilla en colonia only when you have cleansed yourself thoroughly. I have so many options on my website. The one I most recommend, which I have been using for over 30 years, is my jinx removing, previously called jinx removing, and now spiritual cleansing, because a lot of people were confusing it with the jinx removing that's sold in the Botanica. Mine is a mixture of herbs, which I prayed over. I blessed them. So when you prepare these baths at home and you take them, you feel that something is being removed. You feel light. You feel clean. These baths are recommended for 3 consecutive days. This is what my spirit guides recommend. A cleansing bath must always be done on 3 consecutive days. Skip one day, then followed by 3 sweet baths. I have shown these baths in other videos. My cleansing pack, which is on my website, it includes the floor wash, it includes the colognes, it includes everything you need. And if you need more herbs, you can always order more. The first time you start experiencing these energies in your home, or that something is off, it is the time to take action. Again, the more you wait, the worse it will get. What is the worst that can happen? You can get sick. These energies or attachments will begin by draining you of energy. And it's very simple to know. I'm always telling people it's so important that you learn how to recognize energy. Everything in this world is energy. Everything, absolutely everything is energy. Right now, as we speak, I am sending energy to you. And I know you guys can feel it. I am sending you positive energy. I am connecting with you. And I know most of you can resonate with what I'm saying. It's like, yes, I've been feeling this. And I have other videos where I tell you guys the signs and symptoms of attachments and of negative energies. So one way you can identify if there's negative energy within your home is when you step out and come back into your home. If when you're outside, you feel good, you feel full of energy, you feel happy, and you say, when I get home, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do all these things. But when you get home, your energy drops. All of a sudden, you feel tired, you feel drained, you have a headache, you do not feel like cooking, you do not feel like doing anything, you do not even feel like taking a shower. That's when you know there is something in your home. Even though I have also explained in other videos the symptoms of a sick home. I might be doing another video in regards to that just in case most of you didn't see it, but it's still here on my YouTube channel, so you can find it. But I will do an updated one. But when you get home, you start feeling tired or exhausted, and your mind starts playing tricks on you, telling you, oh, it's because you just got home from work and you're tired, you had a long day, or whatever it is, because your mind can play tricks on you. That is when you must take action and say, you know what? Even if I'm tired, I'm going to cleanse my home. I'm going to do a floor wash. I am going to do a floor wash, and then I'm going to do a bath and cleanse myself, no matter how tired you are. Another very important thing that you must not forget is that if you are the only one in the home sensitive to these energies, because there are some people that the energy is still affecting them, but they don't feel it. There are others that ignore it. So if you're the only one in your home having the nightmares, having night sweats, or having insomnia, or experiencing all these symptoms, no matter what, it is important that you cleanse the home, cleanse yourself, and give a spiritual cleansing bath to everyone in the home. The reason why is, if you only cleanse yourself, you're dumping that energy in your home. You're leaving that energy in your home. And that negative energy that you're releasing is going to attach itself to other family members. And then eventually, it'll come back to you. And you'll begin the same cycle over and over again. That is why it is so important that everyone in the home does the cleansing baths. And afterwards, maintain the routine. If they do not like doing the herb cleansing baths all the time, then tell them to at least take a cascarilla and colonia, mix with water, and do that bath at least once a month. I am telling you guys, you will notice the difference in your home. You will notice the difference in your mood. You will notice the difference in the energy. You will notice the difference in your finances. When there is negative energy in the home, immediately the finances start decreasing. Immediately. It doesn't matter the amount of money that comes in. You will notice that a problem will always arise where you will have to spend that money. The money will not last. I asked my spirit guides, I said, but why? When there's negative energy in a home or someone is under a psychic attack or witchcraft, why it always attacks their finances? And why do you, the spirit guides, allow this? They say we must step back. The answer was we must step back and allow these things to happen so that you may learn. And also, if the money's flowing and you're under attack, you're not going to pay attention to these signs and symptoms. Why? Because the money's flowing. But immediately the money stops flowing, you start thinking something is off, something is happening. And I bet all of you will answer yes. Put a yes in the comment box if that makes sense to you. I bet it does. Immediately, as soon as the money stops coming in, you say something is happening, or I have evil eye, or somebody's doing something to me. Things are just going wrong for me. And it lights the light bulb. You start Googling and searching for some spiritual help. What I do not recommend is that you take it upon yourself to prescribe yourself baths. If you do not have a connection with your spirit guides, be very careful. Now, if you do, still be very careful. Why? Because when you're under psychic attack, the voices you might hear will be of lower level spirits. Unless you're very developed spiritually, unless you're initiated, then you guys will warn you and come into your dreams and tell you what to do. But if you're none of the above, then I recommend that you seek help and do not Google. Why? Because what works for someone will not necessarily work for you. Everyone's situation is different. The best thing is to go to a spiritualist, a santero, a priestess, or someone that you can trust. And I always say, follow your intuition. And if in doubt, take a small white candle, light that candle, and ask your spirit guides or your guardian angel to please guide you to the person that can help you solve the problem. It is always best to go to a professional. If you're sick, you're not going to go to just anyone. You're going to go to a doctor. And I always tell people, don't be cheap with your spirituality. Do not play with your spirituality. Your spiritual health is as much as important as your physical health. Do not forget that. Invest in yourself. Invest in your spirituality, in your spiritual health. So if you're sick, you will go to a doctor. The doctor would get some tests, see what's wrong with you, and prescribe something. If you're sick, you're not going to Google and take something that most likely will not work for you. You have to be very careful self-medicating yourself spiritually. Very careful. You might do more harm than good. Because let's say you just go to a botanic and buy some herbs that you have no idea if that's going to work with your situation, and you do a bath with that and cleanse your whole family with that. And most of the time, you may go to a place and they will not tell you that you need to cleanse your home and that your entire family needs to be cleansed. And also that you need to keep up with the cleansing. Most of the time, they will not tell you these important things. And sometimes they might prescribe something to you, somebody that most likely has no knowledge of spirituality, because a lot of you think that just because someone works in a botanica, they know everything. Unless they're initiated in a certain path, they have no idea. They are going by what they hear the person that works recommend. A reading is extremely important, and that you have a connection with the person that reads you. Another piece of advice, when you go to a reader, give your name, if that is what they require, your date of birth, and don't expose everything. Allow the reader to tell you what they see, what they feel. A lot of the times, there may be energies around you that you are not feeling. I have had clients that called me and I tell them, hi, how are you doing? They say, oh, I feel great. But when I begin the reading, what I'm seeing is not that great. I am seeing things that they were not aware that were happening, that was there around them. And then when I start going into details, they start saying, oh, okay, I did experience that. I am feeling that. You understand? It clicks. So allow the reader to read you. And yes, give confirmation. If a reader tells you, I see that you have been experiencing this and this and that, and that these things are happening in your life, you're allowed to give confirmation of what you're experiencing, a confirmation of what the reader is telling you. But do not go sit there and just blurt all the information. Allow the spirits of that reader to tell you what's happening in your life. Then you can have a conversation with that reader and reach a solution to your problem. Allow the guides to give you that. I have had other clients that they get the reading, but then they go on Google. And sometimes the mixtures that I hear, I'm like, where in the world did you get that? Oh, I saw it on Google. Oh, I saw it on TikTok. And my jaw drops. Because when I ask them, so that you feel better afterwards? No. There's no follow-up. There's no instructions. Just whatever it is, a short video on TikTok, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Take these herbs, do this and that, and just boil and do a bath. What are the full instructions that you need to follow? That is why it is always best to get in touch with a professional. If you are feeling any type of way, any type of symptoms, I will leave my website below. You can book a reading with me. I will not recommend anything unless I know and my guides give me that information without a reading. A reading is so important. You can see so much in a reading because it's the guides that give the information. A lot of people tell me, so what do the cards say? The cards do not say anything because they do not speak. It's the spirit guides. That is why a reading is so important, because it's the spirit guides. And when I connect with you in a reading, I can feel what you're feeling. I can feel your symptoms. And at the same time, my spirits are telling me how to solve that problem. You see? That is why it's so important to get in touch with a professional. But make sure that you feel connected with that person. Make sure that you feel a connection. Make sure that you're guided by your spirits. Do not just light a candle and ask for guidance and then go Google. Forget about it and allow your spirit to guide you. Be patient because your spirit guides are not going to speak to you when you feel like it. It's when you least expect it. They will guide you to the right person, but be specific with your questions. Guide me to someone that will tell me what's happening. If you don't know specifically what's happening in your life, guide me to someone that will tell me what's happening and how to solve the problem. So guys, if you have been feeling any type of way, spiritual cleansing routine, maintenance is very important, and spiritual protection. Do not wear bracelets, do not wear beads, do not wear anything if you're not cleansed. You have to cleanse yourself first. You're not going to get all dolled up, dressed up if you have not taken a shower. Which brings me to another thing. I am saying all the time, it is so important to take a shower before you go to bed. My darlings, sometimes I even take 3 showers a day. 3, and I do not care. If I do not feel completely spiritually clean, I will take as many spiritual baths as I can. Again, not strong baths. There's so many type of light baths that you can take just to raise your vibration and just to make you feel overall good. But there are so many people that tell me, I get home tired. I get home so tired from work. I do not even feel like taking a shower. Let me tell you something. In my house, no one goes to bed without taking a shower. If you're tired, when you get home, the first thing you must do is take a shower. Do not go to bed without taking a shower. You sleep better, you feel better, you wake up more energized when you take a shower. Water has a way of cleansing our energy or aura. And I usually bless the water. When I'm going to take a shower, I place my hands like this in front of the shower and I pray over it. I bless it. I bless my bed. I bless myself. Everything. Because again, everything is energy. We are exposed to negative energy on a daily basis. Yes, you might encounter someone high vibration and positive energy, but out of 10 people, 1 will be the one with positive energy, because the majority of people do not spiritually cleanse themselves, do not spiritually maintain a cleansing routine. So do not forget that. Never go to bed without taking a shower. If you have been experiencing or you have an idea or been thinking that something is off, book a reading and I will gladly help you find the answers that you seek. Do not forget, your spiritual health is as important as your physical health. So if you guys want any recommendations in regards to spiritual cleansing, book a reading and then we'll find out what you need. I hope this video has answered that question. If you have received the message, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys and I wish you much love and light.